All right, John. Hope y'all doing all right. Hope nobody got y'all tight. As long as you stay fly, everything gonna be all right. So we here down at the gym in the complex. There's nothing too crazy, but I mean, it definitely gets the job done. We're just gonna start with workout. Like I said, it's pool day. Um, and here I just like to always start with some type of band movement to warm up the muscle group that I'm gonna be working out. So kind of like to be a bit explosive on the concentric movement part of this, and then on the way down, slow and controlled. Just kind of mimicking the same way I would do with actual weights, just to build that muscle mind connection and that muscle memory. So, fun fact, uh, I still do see myself as being very exercised for where I want to be. But fun fact, y'all, I used to be very insecure about like my arms and my just size in general. Like during the summertime, I would literally not even wear short sleeves just because I was so embarrassed of my arm size. So I would wear long sleeves. So even if it was like 95 degrees, I always like to start my workouts with a body weight exercise, just because I love calisthenics, and I would love to become very good at it. There's a lot of lifts and calisthenics that I want to learn to do. So I just like doing body weight movements to start off. Like they're a great way to warm up without picking up actual weights first. And yeah, it's just also fun just being able to lift your body weight and get better at it and see how many reps you can do. So we're gonna start off with some pull-ups. You don't have to go up as fast as you can, but I like to explode up, be explosive, and then I love to control myself on the way down and even give a pause at the top. I always start my lifts with compound movements, but as you can see in here, we're limited to just dumbbells and free weights, so we got to work with what we got. But I always start with compound movements, and if you don't know what those are, that's your bench press, deadlifts, barbell, barbell rows, squats, power cleans, things of that nature. Typically heavyweight movements. I always start with those because I like to split my lifts up between hypertrophy and strength. And I use the compound movements. I use the compound lifts to build strength, which is when you go heavier but less reps. Rep is like how many you do. So if I'm doing curls and I say 10 reps, it's 10 curls, 10 reps. And sets is the number of how many times you do those set reps. So 4 sets of 10 would be 4 times. I'm going to curl these 10 times, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I like to do at least 2 compound movements to start off my lift. So typically on my pull day, I will do either a deadlift or a barbell row or both. And then I would go heavy on those, and then I would transition into my hypertrophy workouts, which would usually be about 4 other workouts after that. So hypertrophy is where you do less weight, like not as heavy as you can, but you want to do more reps. So you build them. So it's more volume on the muscle and it's tearing those muscle fibers, which is what builds the muscle and makes you bigger. This is like my favorite pull day workout. You get a nice pump from this as well. 8 curls, and you want to keep your elbow elbow on one spot for a curl. You don't want to swing like this. You don't want to use your body. That's what you don't want to do. Then we got 8 hammer curls, which is you turn the dumbbell from this way, from palm forward to palm facing you, and you want to just curl again. We have cross body curls where we're going to curl the dumbbell across our chest like this. So I'm going to knock these out and I'm going to get back to y'all when I finish these 3 sets. While I'm resting, I forgot to mention about hypertrophy is you also want to take shorter breaks in between your sets, so about a minute. And you don't want to want to go over a minute unless you just really have to, if you're that worn out. But when you're going for more strength training, that's when you want to take longer rest periods in between your lifts, so like 2 to 3 minutes, which I'll typically do about a minute 15 at the most. So, yeah. Control it on the way down. I can't stress that enough.
It's kind of like a misconception that people think, us models starve ourselves or don't eat just to, like, you have to be skinny to be successful or whatever. But in reality, that's not all the way true. Like, there is some truth to that, but it's not necessarily true. Like, yes, there are some models, fashion models to be more particular, who will have a really, really low caloric intake just because they want to stay a particular size and within a particular measurement range, which the fashion industry withholds and is like, and what's the standard for the fashion industry when it comes to measurements and size, which I'm like, at the end of the day, if they signed up for it, and obviously if they're taking this full time and taking this serious, it's like I would assume or hope that they know what they're doing and know, that they're navigating it the right way to where they're not harming themselves in the process, or they're at least aware of, the pros and cons to what they're doing. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to stay within those measurements as best as I can. I just want to get bigger. I want to fill up my frame, and just build size while still being lean. So I want to build muscle mass, not just overall mass. Now, obviously, me gaining muscle and gaining size will take away a lot of opportunities for me to be in the fashion industry, like particularly Runway. But I'm kind of okay with that because my personal preference for my body is to just be a little bigger and have more definition and more muscle. So I'm okay with losing a little work for that. And at the end of the day, at the pace and way that the industry is moving, it's like nowadays if you have enough status on Instagram or social media, you can still pretty much do any type of fashion modeling and stuff, because at the end of the day your influence and stuff is gonna be what brands, they just can't ignore that, the eyes and the platform that you can bring to their brand. So they'll be willing to overlook, that size difference or whatever that may not be the typical industry standard. So I'm just gonna do these face pulls. We're gonna work on the trap muscles back here. We'll get some blood flow to the back real quick. I love y'all, man. I really do. Like, it's so cool the fact that I can get on here and share my life and actually get feedback and connect with people all over the world. Like, that's so cool to me. And just make sure y'all drink y'all water as well. Like, water, I feel like I don't need to explain how good water is for you. But, because obviously we're in the realm of modeling over here in our community. And if you don't know, water is great. Probably the best thing that can help with skincare, if you're just hydrating properly. And it just makes you feel so much better. Like when you're actually hydrated, like genuinely hydrated, you feel so much better. Like you really don't feel the need for caffeine. You don't really feel the need for sugar as much or sodium. Like, and ironically, you feel so much more fluid as well. So, for some reason, some part of me was nervous to come film in the gym. Like I was wondering if somebody was gonna be in here or walking here while I was recording. And I don't know if it's because I haven't picked up the camera in a while. Could be. But I'm like, bro, who gives a anything? They're just gonna be looking at it as like, oh, that's cool. He has enough confidence to come and film himself and record and talk to a camera or whatever it may be. Or even if they do think that's weird, it's like, bro, who gives a I'm not about to let somebody else's judgment stop me from doing what I want to do and how I want to make a career and influence and leave my mark on the world. So we're just about to hit these shoulder shrugs. I'm gonna go with the heaviest dumbbells they got, which is just 50s. You want to kind of hold for a few seconds at the top. And my typical gym routine is a lot more intense and in different workouts when I have the proper gym equipment or the gym equipment that I typically use. But like I said, we just made do with what we have. It's better than just sitting in the crib using that as an excuse to not come get some work in. So I wanted to show you guys at least this and kind of give you guys a guide and paint a picture of my day-to-day and my fitness life and kind of give you guys some insight in places that I felt like I needed to be or I wanted to explain. But nonetheless, this is not to discredit what we did today. This is still a legit gym routine of mine. I got some vlogs on the way for you guys for just some entertainment, something to vibe to. And I just love doing this, man. It's such an art, such a passion behind it, other than just creating senseless things that you will forget about the next day. I want to at least give you, if it's nothing like educational or nothing that I'm kind of giving you guys inspo, guidance, or insight on, I always want to at least give y'all a good vibe, whether it's the tone, the music, the people in it. Like I always want to just set a good vibe, something to give you a good feeling, to where when you're done watching the video, you just feel a certain type of way. Like you feel different than how you felt when you clicked on the video. I'm still getting better at it. I'm still getting better at portraying those vibes on camera and produce them to you guys. But we just gonna grow, man, and get better. And this community is still growing. Community really finna be in the foundation that we building it off of. Like we gonna be a genuine, legit, good ass community with great morals that people are gonna want to look up to. Like of course we still gonna have fun, we still gonna get our jokes in them, but we are definitely gonna stay true to our roots of just being great people, loving people, people who are know our worth, and also willing to seek out what we can provide for other people. Just want to keep building our community off of things that I feel like will just make a great person. So with that being said, I love y'all. Y'all know I can get on these rambles at the end of the video. Stay tuned for the vlogs that's coming. Let me know if y'all want to see another one of these, and I apologize for the audio mess up. That was on me. That's a rookie mistake. And with that being said, I love y'all. Hope y'all stay right. Don't let nobody get y'all tight. And as long as you stay fly, everything gonna be all right, man. Love y'all.